What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing a 5 thing I dislike or Kale dislikes on his 2012 Kia Forte SXR. Before we get too far in the video, I'd just like to ask if you guys enjoy it, please feel free to like and subscribe, as it does help me and the channel out a lot. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, just a disclaimer, there's not a lot that we do not like about this car. We came up with this list earlier today. There's not much we don't like about the car. A lot of it's little things, especially the interior. I know last week I said the interior is very nice, and I do believe that thoroughly, but there's a couple things with it that is problematic per se. So this one does not describe this car too well because there hasn't been this problem too often, but these cars tend to rust out very easily around the headlights and the tail lights, and then a lot around the rocker panels and the door. He's replaced or fixed up a couple rust spots, done some repairs to it. I don't exactly know where, so I can't even show you them, but this car's been pretty good all in all. But I know a lot of Kias, I've heard about it, rust out thoroughly and very, very fast. So just be cautious if you're buying these cars, especially in Canada where we are. They will tend to rust unless you take care of it, get on the Bondo jobs and whatnot right away as soon as you see the rust. So this model of a Kia Forte SXR has a 2.4 liter engine with 174 horsepower and 168 pound-feet of torque, but all in all it feels very lackluster. The newer models, I believe, come with a turbo engine, which it makes a lot of power, or is a lot faster at least than this one. It feels lackluster. At lines it takes off, but it takes off pretty slow. In the second, third, fourth gear range it's alright, and then high fourth, fifth, sixth, it just drops off in power, which is common for a 4-cylinder, but it feels like there should be more than what there is into this car. I don't understand it, but it's just kind of the way it is, and that's just another small nitpicky things that I'd put on the list. For the price it is, it's not that bad, but all in all, can't say I love it. So the next thing I have to complain about this car is the interior's plastics. A lot of them are very cheap. Same with this middle console, with the amount it moves. If someone's sitting on the other seat, you can push your leg against the middle console and hit their leg with it. Everything's very crunchy, and it seems very cheap on the interior's plastics. That's about it. Again, the rest of the interior, I do like the layout of it and all that, but that's for the other video if you want to go watch it. Other than that, the interior plastics are very cheap, and that's one of the things we had to nitpick and say we do not like about it. Another small interior thing, this seat belt has a mind of its own. Sometimes it retracts, sometimes it doesn't. Apparently it depends on the weather, but I don't know how much I believe that. Sometimes it does, and then other days it whips back like it's supposed to. It's very, very problematic, and I don't understand why this happens, but it does. Apparently it might be from the humidity and the weather. I couldn't honestly tell you. Just another one of those small things we had to nitpick and call out for this video. So the last thing we had to complain about for this car is the very small aftermarket support it has. There's not much you can do with it unless you start getting creative. There's factory lowering on this car, but we do have lowering springs on it. The exhaust is done and it sounds very beautiful. There's a clip in the last video if you want to go watch it. And there's a couple little exterior mods that we threw together just for fun, but other than that, there's not really much you can do with this car. There's no huge aftermarket with thousands of selections like there are for Civics. No cars have it like that, but it's kind of one of the downsides about this car. That one's a real one. Didn't feel like we had to nitpick about that one, but that's pretty much all we have to complain about for this car. It took a little while to find out what to pick apart. But that's going to be it for today's video. If you liked it, please leave a like, as it does help me and the channel out a lot. And if you want to see more of my content, please feel free to subscribe, as it, again, does help me and the channel a lot. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.